Well, good morning, beautiful. I do hope this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day wherever you're catching this in time. It's a daily insight on life and love, but it's also timeless. So wherever you're catching this in time, there might be a message in here that you need to hear. So we're going to kick this off with Rider Waite. What do you need to know? What's coming out? All right, we're going to use Wisdom of the Oracle. What is the theme of this spirit? Come on. As always, if a reading doesn't resonate, don't force it to fit your life. But keep in mind that if it does or if it doesn't, your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in depth, and intense. So let's get this going. We are kicking this off with the Magician. I love this. Look at this. This is somebody who, God, Merlin. I know this isn't Merlin, but I'm calling him Merlin right now. Somebody who has all the elements, who can make magic out of nothing, who is as above, so below. It's everything in one. And in that sense, we can always get super mystical in this. It is and it isn't at the same time. Everything is and is not at the same time. But I see that this is absolutely beautiful, capable. And I also feel like this is a very cunning energy. Pay attention to the flowers that are growing on this. It's growing from all the substance that this magician has on the table, to taking care of it, to watering it, cutting off the dead leaves. All right, so then we have Temperance and the Five of Swords. Sword seems to be something that is standing out to me on this. All right. I see this as slowing down, temper your expectations. Have no expectations would really work in your benefit with this. It's being strong and surrendering to what's going on with you. Even though you want to rush up ahead, even though that you know that no matter what, you're going to be good, you're going to be successful. This is saying temper yourself. I do see that this is something where this slowing down should actually fill you with hope, because this journey is going to have a lot of peaks and valleys. There's a lot of experience to be had in this situation. And I don't see it as any sort of deception. I don't see it as any loss of victory. I see it as a point of strength in the lesson learned in this. And what's really cool about this, and I'm just seeing this, remember I was telling you to pay attention to the flowers and what's growing? Look at what's wrapped around the strength person here. What you've grown, you are wearing everything that you have grown and gone through in your life. You're really a warrior in this. So I want to see what's going on, because I see that this is taking a lot of self-discipline. It's not about perfection. Perfectionism is going to screw you over in this. You don't want to deal with that. That is where it's saying going with perfectionism is what's really going to take away from the journey of this. It's going to get you absolutely nowhere. It's going to get it to a stalemate. All right. Can I get more on this? Because the only card that's in reverse is the change that's happening, which change in this, I'm seeing it as you don't have it as favorable right now. This isn't change that you wanted. This wasn't something that you were, in line for. And yet it's happening all the same in this. So this is saying, yeah, I get it. This isn't what you envisioned the change would look like, but hang on. This is going to get good. We have strength on our side. You're an incredible individual. You get the Star card. You don't get that unless you've been through the ringer on everything with this. I want to get more. I do feel like you've dealt with a lot of deception in this scenario. You're leaving the circus. You're abandoning whatever this project was, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a life situation. I see you're saying, not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm cashing in. I'm done. I'm folding. I'm out. I am off. All right. Yeah. No reconciliation happening, baby. It's time for you to nurture and take care of yourself. I see the very grounding energy of this. It might be dealing with the time of Virgo energy, definitely an earth element in this, sun, moon, rise, Venus, but I'm getting particularly Virgo energy and Taurus. Well, okay, so the earth energies are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but I'm getting a really strong pull for Virgo, and then there's a little bit of Taurus in that. Not really getting a strong pull towards Capricorn, but then again, it is an earth element. So this is going to be very specific for different groups of people. I see that it's really important that through this break apart in your life, through the lack of reconciliation, for the lack of childlike wonder in this, for the lack of wanting to emotionally offer something anymore to something that was seemingly innocent, I see that it's time for you to really nurture and take care of yourself. It's time for you to almost coddle yourself as if a mother should coddle a child, or, you know, father, mother, I don't care. Adult caregiver. I'm going to say that as a blank slate because I can. But it's really important that you are very nurturing and practical with yourself in this. Practicality, no nonsense. Oh, that is going to be like the chef's kiss in this one. We're not going to fool around anything. But still, yellow is dominating this. So I'm getting the solar plexus chakra in this. All right. Do I have it? I do. I have been a Reiki master officially for 13 years now. I still use this bad boy. All right. So, mental energy, willpower, control over self versus others, beliefs, details, constructive criticism, or just self-criticism, thoughts, perfection. So this is dealing with the mental attitude, will, clarity, thoughts, worry, outlook, rigidity, flexibility, and openness. Don't be reactionary because you're anxious about a situation or worried some, or you are convinced that this is going to be, I think, maybe the worst case scenario in your mind. It's not. This is saying you're not going to connect to this situation again. It's time for you to live in the Queen of Pentacles. I do feel a lot of feminine energy in this. I don't care about the gender, but it seems to be very feminine energy in here. Co-create an in-between worlds. It's time for you to let life step up for you. Co-create. You actually have to let the co-creation take place. It's not just you. You're not in the past, you're not in the future, you are in the between zone of this. You're going to sit there until the co-creation gets to you. You've done the work. The future of this needs to be co-created. It's like you're hanging in space and there's nothing around you. I know that there's your world around you. Don't get me wrong on that. But it feels like the artist hasn't done the sketch yet on this. So you're waiting for the artist to sketch what's going on around you, what's being available to you. That is part of the co-creation. You are the person in action in this. What you thought was your landing zone was not your landing zone. Very plain and simple in this. And I think that it was probably a very rude awakening when you got to what you thought was a particular destination, that you were still in free fall. And you didn't know if you were going to bust your feet on that one. No, you're going to land. But we have to draw the foundation first. Which, here we go, it's co-creation. So, what do you need to be on the lookout for with this? What do you need to be on the lookout for? I'm still using Wisdom of the Oracle. All right. What do you need to be on the lookout for? Just because it's familiar, just because you can Ask how high when something says jump. Just because it's familiar doesn't mean that it's right, and doesn't mean that it's home. Just because you can fit in and make yourself fit in doesn't mean that you belong. This is saying you're not ready to take a leap from what seems so familiar, but that's exactly what you need to do. Your home is calling you. Where you're at right now in life is not your landing zone. You have this beautiful new serendipitous life that is calling to you. So what you need to be mindful of is going back to something just because you know it, just because you can understand it. It doesn't make it any less unavailable or monotonous, even toxic in some cases. We are in a very high manifesting time right now. Manifestation is not a delusion. So while you're doing this and you don't see the result of your intentions yet, it doesn't mean that it's not happening. I'm going to adjust this. All right. So this is saying don't let yourself go back to sleep. Just because it's easy doesn't mean it's simple. This is a very clear decision, but it's not a simple decision. It's very serendipitous, even in its chaos. You are going to be in a wonderful place in life, but this keeps urging you to not go back to something that broke you, that drowned you out, that made you feel like this can't be all that there is. It's a very massive growth time for you. So this is saying you're not ready to jump into this yet. I'm getting to go to Archangel Raphael Oracle cards. So what do you need to know? What about this needs to be healed in the meantime so that co-creation can happen? Second opinion. Stop second guessing yourself. Stop asking the same question over and over and hoping that it's going to validate either your suspicions or your fears or this idea in your head. You can't keep asking the same question expecting a different outcome. The change happens with you. So the change, the healing has to happen with you. It's not about perfect timing. It's not about who knows who. It's about healing yourself in this. You have to do the work for yourself in this. And I guess waiting for other people to take care of the situation for you, it's going to let you down every single time. I feel like you've been let down enough in this situation where it's time for you to say enough is enough. Throw the gloves off and fight for what you want. Fight for these changes inside of yourself. Be very mindful about what you are ingesting through the senses. Taste, touch, sight, taste, touch, smell, sight, and hear. There you go. Aha. I can do it. God, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So listen, you're going through a rebirth. Relationships in your life that are not up to snuff and that are not growing with you, I don't know if they're going to come in the next, God, am I having a stroke? I don't know if they're going to come into the next phase of your life with you. So let's see. I do see that this is completely at odds. I see soul contracts being wrapped up right now. All right. Come on, Spirit, out with it. All right, I want to shove it away. I keep saying all right. I feel like that Hey Ya song. Come on, right away, out with it. These relationships that are completely at odds, I don't care what the dynamic is, are they going to go into this new phase with this person? What is the holdup? I'm going to take that. I see that you're going on a new path. You've been probably seeing the communication or the desire in this connection, whether it's desire for communication, reaching out, meeting up, or even doing business offers. You've probably been seeing the dwindling of that energy. That's something that is coming to a halt. Because I see a new offer that's coming in that is causing this to slow down to a steady stop. But I see that also you're on an entirely new path, the fork in the road. So these connections in your life that are at odds with you, that have been drifting, I know that you're scared. It's scary to lose that. It's scary to think that it was all for nothing, but it wasn't all for nothing. You actually got a lot out of those connections and out of those situations even. It wasn't all for nothing. But its time in your life is drawing to a close, and you have more to experience elsewhere, which is where the Chariot is coming in. You got to honor your growth in that way. You didn't get this far only to come this far and call it quits. There's so much more road for you. And you want to know what? Maybe these connections that have drifted in that are completely at odds, maybe they'll meet up with you further down the road, but not right now. You have this rebirth that you need to nurture and foster and start at a very fragile state. So let it go. It doesn't mean that it's gone forever. It just means that you got to say goodbye for now. And you have to give yourself the space and grace to grow. So, okay. What do you have to look forward to? What do you have to look forward to? Oh yeah, you're gonna be so happy. You're gonna be stupid happy. I love this. You're gonna have all of these amazing new life changes in this cycle that is going to make your heart absolutely explode. This is everything that you want, and I do see your passion being reignited. I do see new soulmates and new soul contracts coming in. I see all these divine inspired moments that are really going to be working in your favor. I feel like you are finding this crazy treasure. I really do. And it feels like it's a blank slate that you can really build off of. There's so much to work with on here. You have everything that you need around you. And any stress in the situation, you can adapt and overcome and really make it a success. I feel like this has been your soul's calling. And I see that this is absolutely passionate and inspired action. And I feel like this is something that you can genuinely look up and look towards the future with. You have absolute soulmate connections that are coming in. All of this is facing forward. You have no idea the empire and the life and this amazing connections that you are calling in. But you have everything to look forward to. And this is everything that your self from the past, this is more than what they could have imagined. So final card, Spirit, on what seems to be beautiful, amazing. Out with it. Whoop. I swear it's not an earthquake right now. What do you need to know? What's the result that you have the potential of seeing? Remember, it's the daily insight on life and love, but it's also timeless. So wherever you're catching this in time. Okay, I don't care if you catch this a dozen times in a row. Come on out with it. How does this want to show up? Okay. The Emperor. Somebody who's very solid and secure. Man, I think that you had all of the nonsense that kept you from achieving your potential in the past is completely wiped out. I think that you're done. I do think that you've thrown the gloves off. And now I see that you are leading your way with power and enthusiasm and a huge sense of self-assuredness. Look at this guy. Listen, he's tough. He's tough. He wears his armor underneath his, blankets. He wants to get comfortable, but, he's not going to let himself be left defenseless. This is somebody who knows how to anticipate every move of everything around it and adjust accordingly. This is somebody who gets to live their passions, who has everything that they can build with. They have everything that they need around them, and every action every opportunity, every action, everything that they want seems to just come out of nowhere. What you're leaving behind and what you are walking towards has yet to be drawn by the co-creator with this, but it is coming in, and it is more than what you could have imagined, and this is all working in your favor. So you can't screw up any choice that you are making. The point is to make a choice and use your heart and use your intuition in this, and don't let anxiety stray you away from it. So, my dear, I do hope that this finds you well. If you have questions about your individual storyline, because yours is always more detailed, in-depth, and intense, go ahead and reach out in the email address or find me on any social platform. I really look forward to hearing from you. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and just know that you are greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. Alrighty, that didn't work out. Anyways, take 2. What's coming towards you right now? We have the Queen of Wands. Gotta love it. This is something that feels highly insecure, who doesn't feel safe in showing any sort of vulnerability, doesn't feel protected. This is somebody who is very reactionary, on edge, something that's pushy, something that is completely caught in their analytical mind, trying to see where they're getting the shortcut in this situation. If this is you, don't let anxiety lead your movements. Don't be reactionary in this. It's time for you to take a pause, pull back, and I would say not see how the situation is trying to, in a way, screw you over. But why are you like this? Why are you or somebody else feeling like this? I do feel a lot of feminine energy around this. It doesn't equate to gender, so don't even worry about this. They're looking at the past. They're completely burnt out. It feels like they didn't get anything done that they wanted to get done. It doesn't feel like it was good enough. All of this anxiety, this pushiness is really based off of some sort of insecurity, which that is definitely not your own. This is a lot of conditions from whatever that voice is, whoever that was, whoever you feel like you weren't good enough for in your life, whoever made you feel inadequate in your life. So it's time to address that and not beat yourself up and not try and push everybody away in this. I do feel like it pays off to be vulnerable, but you have to find that you are safe. So how can you do that right now? It'll work out. You just need to see that people care and that it's consistent and that it's genuine. It's going to be good, but right now it's kind of recovery from burnt out and anxiety. Alrighty, what is the archetype that you're working with, or what is the shadow work that is coming up right now? So this came out immediately. So the archetype that you're working with is servant. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. It's the ability to see something worthwhile in your heart and going about it, doing the action, doing the act of service, doing it because it is the goodness of the heart. It is an opportunity for this to grow inside of you. So it looks like either you helping yourself or helping somebody else. There's an opportunity that is going to present itself soon. And I do feel like it is inspired action. So whatever that small voice inside you is telling you to do is either a kind gesture for yourself or others. How can you step in and give to others? I do feel like this is a point of giving opportunity, giving some sort of material, giving some sort of a caring ear. Whatever this is looking like for you, it is an opportunity of you to step in an act of service. Follow your divine inspiration. If you're coming across this, I just shook the device. And you might need a message from your angels, daily guidance from the angels. So they're looking at your situation, they see what's going about, and they have some words of wisdom for you. So let's see what they got to say. What is this all about? What is the DL on this? All right, can I get like 2-3 cards max, Spirit? Maybe not half the deck. There's not that many cards in this one anyways. I think this is one of the 44 size. All right, ooh. All right, so focus on service came out, and then a bunch of cards fell, so I'm not even going to take those. I want like 2 more cards. Your soul's desire is to joyfully serve and to swim in a constant stream of bliss. This stream continuously feeds you everything you need. Put your entire focus on staying in this dream and the stream of giving and receive in every situation in all that you do. And then life purpose came out. So you're about to find your purpose. This card flew out, so I want to take that. Okay, I can get behind this. Okay. Some sort of humanitarian aspect and your life purpose is coming through right now. The more that you give, the more that you get in this. And by that, I mean the scent of the rose remains on the hand of the giver. There is such a heartwarming feeling in doing something good for somebody or even yourself or for whatever it is in this world. So the purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus on serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. Then it's reward yourself came out. You've been giving a lot of yourself lately, and it's time for you to receive. Make time to reward yourself in a meaningful way. This balance of giving and receiving is essential to keeping your energy, mood, and motivation in a constant high level. So I really see that this is emphasizing the idea of balance. So giving, okay, this is part of your service. And now, feels good to give now, doesn't it? Doesn't it make your heart sing, filled with joy, give you a sense of purpose? It is part of your divine purpose. But you can't just always be in a state of giving. Know when it's time to lay back and allow life to give back to you. Don't push it away as if it's some sort of business transaction. When life gives you a gift, big or small, allow it to be received with a simple thank you and gratitude. It doesn't need to be a business transaction. I do hope that that made sense. Shout out to Jules, whose message popped up as I'm recording. I'm glad that the reading resonated on the collective daily insight on life and love. If you guys have questions about booking a session, go ahead and reach out in the DMs. I'm using Wisdom of the Oracle from Colette Baron Reed right now. Right now we have TikTok. And you know what? I am posting this to TikTok as well, so maybe that might mean something for you. But also, this is a timely manner. So something is happening on the social webs and divine timing. Let's see. It seems to be coming out of nowhere. The time is totally messed up and it's standing over a desert. So something is happening in a place where it doesn't seem like anything could be happening. But first, there's more going on than what meets the eye. So what's happening behind this situation is the platform that it's riding on, and I'm not talking about TikTok, I'm talking about your situation. It may seem like it's calm, but there's rottenness happening behind the scenes. Stop chasing something that is trying to outrun you. What is never meant to stay in your life, no matter how much you try to alter it, change yourself, it is not going to succeed. This is a time of recognizing the situation for what it is and learning when to say walk away. It's time for you to be completely in your truth of this. Be honest with yourself. This is divine timing. It is time to let go of something that is no longer serving you, no longer resonates with you, no longer is fulfilling to you. I'm not telling you to drop everything and run. But this has been a consistent problem in this situation, and it's time to allow yourself to call it quits. It's not going to change in your favor. It's not about you hitting it harder if you were even more dedicated or any of that crap. That's not for this situation. It's like the fly. It keeps hitting itself against the window. If I hit it harder, if I keep hitting it, maybe I'll break through and get to where I need to go. Little does the fly know, if it took like 10 wing flaps back, it'd see a door that is open 10 feet away, and it would take 2 seconds to get to the destination instead of bashing its head against a window. It's not work harder. It's being smart about the situation. Not that you're dumb, but it's seeing when enough is enough in this and knowing when to walk away. I promise you, when you let go of this, when you stop chasing this, there's going to be a gift that is given to you. But the gift that you think this to be, it's rotted underneath. It is not for you. Spirit, life, everything has been protecting you from conquering this because it's not what you think. Trust the process. Even when it's confusing, trust that when something says no, it means no. Hey, dearest. Let's get a postcard from Spirit. So I want you to think of a loved one who's crossed over. Hold them in the forefront of your mind. If nobody feels like that's sitting right, go ahead and just allow this to be a message from your main spirit guide. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. We're going to see what message they want to give you now. I feel like it's this one. Okay. Dearest you, we have something exciting to share with you. You are a manifesting master. Oh my God, yeah, this was the perfect one to pull. You don't even know it. There'll always be enough of everything that you need in your life. Money, opportunities, love, kindness. So whatever you're asking guidance about, have faith and be open to many ways in which you will experience prosperity. Spirit is the source of your supply. The universe is always reflecting back to you what you believe. So wherever you fall into insecurity, you will always be shown an illusion as if your fear were real. But the truth is always that the universe is abundant. You have always been enough. And abundance is your natural state. If you can imagine something consistently as truth, you can and will create it. You are so on the right path right now. Keep believing. Then the seeing happens. Loving you more and more every day. Which is kind of interesting, which means that they didn't love you as much as they did today. But it also means that they didn't love you as much today as they will tomorrow. I'm being facetious. They love you dearly, and you're worth so much. Stay safe, have fun.